Hey there, friends. Always good to see you. It's Friday. I hope you're looking forward to a really great weekend. Today, I wanted to pop on here for our Friday Health Blast, and I wanted to share something that I know will resonate with so many of you. Now, the topic of digestion is a really big one. It's broad and it's deep, and there are a lot of details within it. We are going nowhere near those details today. Instead, what I'd like to do is to share with you one single product in the doTERRA collection. Give you a sneak peek. We're going to talk about Terrazyme. I'm going to show you how Terrazyme works because it's really quite fascinating. The reason I chose to speak on digestion today is there's a few reasons. One, because it affects all of us. We all eat, so therefore we are all in the process of digesting at any given point in the day. And sometimes that can become distressed. So if you are the kind of person who eats clean foods, maybe you're really invested in your health and wellness, and perhaps most of your diet is what we would consider a whole food, plant-based diet. The good news for you is that the foods that you're choosing are typically coming from the ground, or they're being picked from a tree. They're bundled with their own enzymatic properties. So if you were to eat a carrot, for example, it works synergistically with your body. It's basically a partnership because it comes with its own enzymes. Now, as much as we all want to be in that space and all eating clean and whole foods on the regular, there are not a majority, but there are a group of us who from time to time, or maybe you're a little bit more than this, we eat packaged foods, processed foods. I hate to use the word dead foods, but sometimes when we overcook our foods or microwave them, we deplete that food of all of its enzymatic properties. You know what happens in that situation is that we consume it, and our body has to make up the difference in what the food is, or the food doesn't have in terms of enzymatic quality. So your body has to work extra hard at digesting those foods. I'm sure this isn't news to you. I mean, convenience foods are exactly that. They're convenient, they're great for in the moment, but they don't provide us with a lot of nutritional value, and therefore our body has to work so much harder. The catch to that is it's bigger than the body just working harder to digest. When your body is spending all of its energy digesting food, it is busy, so it doesn't allow for things like rest. So if your body's busy digesting, for example, you could be struggling with things like sleep. We talked about sleep the other day. This could all be related to things that are happening in the gut. If you've never heard this before, our health actually begins in the gut. Our physical health as well as our mental health all starts and ends in the gut. So where is it most important to focus our attention when we're looking at supporting our systems? I might suggest that we look at our digestive health very first. Even in situations, I always find it interesting whenever I'm having a conversation with someone about the health of their skin. The skin is a great place for our body to express what is happening internally. And 99% of the time, any issues that you're experiencing on the body being expressed through the skin can be related back to something that is happening in the gut. So that's worth giving some consideration to. So I say all of this to bring you to what I feel is one of the coolest, most effective, easy to use products that doTERRA has to offer. It's called Terrazyme. I showed it to you earlier. Comes in a supplement form, very easy to use. It's available both from our US warehouse as well as the Canadian warehouse now. And this is something I feel like is a must in every home. I want to do a quick little demonstration for you, and I have to get it started because it takes just a bit of time to be able to show the end effect. When we consume food, our body has to digest it, okay? And I've got a bowl of oatmeal that it's been sitting on the counter for a little bit now. So it is, it's pretty cement-like, but this is gonna offer us a really great example, or a demonstration rather, into how Terrazyme actually works. So I'll talk a bit more about how you use Terrazyme in a moment, but I wanna get this demonstration started so you can see. So it comes in a capsule that can be broken apart, okay? I'm gonna break this apart just for the demonstration today. I realize you guys can't see my oatmeal bowl, but I promise you I am pouring it into the oatmeal. I'm dumping the entire capsule into the oatmeal. Once I do that, I'm gonna mix that up. Hopefully you can see that I've dropped the entire capsule in there. I am gonna start to mix this up. Please keep in mind, this started out very cement-like. Now, as I talk to you, I'm gonna share with you a little bit about how you use Terrazyme. Anyone can use Terrazyme, by the way. It's recommended on the bottle that you can use anywhere between 1 to 3 capsules per day. So where do you fit into that picture? If you are someone who eats healthy, as we mentioned before, eats a lot of whole foods, foods that contain their own enzymatic properties, you might be someone who is looking at consuming 1 Terrazyme a day. Can you guys already see what's happening here? The digestive enzymes are already breaking down this, which was once very cement-like oatmeal. It's already starting to break that down quite easily, actually. It's almost as though I have poured more liquid into it, which you guys saw I have not. I just added the capsule. If you're someone who has a diet that leans a little bit more into the cooked foods, packaged foods, you might be someone who is looking at taking a Terrazyme with each of your meals. So you could be taking up to 3 Terrazyme a day. You want to be really mindful of how it makes you feel. Be very observant of the way it supports you in digesting your foods. So, boy, even those of us who eat really healthy diets, I would suggest that we are moving into a period of time, summertime, even this weekend as we go into Father's Day weekend, you might be indulging in some of those foods that your body isn't typically used to having. Maybe you've got a fun barbecue planned for Sunday, or you may be indulging in some chips or something along those lines, something that your body doesn't necessarily appreciate having to digest. We know that none of those foods come with their own enzymatic properties. So your body would be making up the difference and working extra hard to digest those foods. Wouldn't it be amazing if you could support your body, if there was a tool that you could use that would act in partnership with your digestive system, something that doesn't cause side effects, something that doesn't cause any kinds of addictions? This is where I'm introducing you, and why I'm introducing you to Terrazyme, because that product does exist and it's super, super easy to access, super easy to use. Okay, just for the sake of time, I know a lot of you guys, I just dumped some of it on my kitchen counter. So we'll be cleaning that up in a little bit. Luckily, it's not cement-like anymore, so it's easier to clean. But you can see here where those enzymes have broken this oatmeal down, and it is now almost smooth. Like it's fascinating in that very short amount of time how those enzymes have literally gone to work immediately and started breaking down the foods. So extraordinary in its demonstration, but imagine this now supporting your body in terms of digesting foods in an efficient way, so that you take the pressure, you take the burden, you take the stress off of your digestive system. This is pretty cool. So you can take, as I mentioned before, anywhere between 1 to 3 capsules, all depends on the foods you're going to consume. This is going to help break down anything: proteins, carbs, fats. It works as, they are whole food enzymes, extraordinarily effective. So I'm going to recommend, if you don't already have these, that this would be a great thing to add to your cart. either this month in June, if you haven't already sent your order off, or maybe you're looking forward to taking advantage of the Immortelle promotion happening this month, so you're looking to add things to your cart. Terrazyme is certainly something that I would recommend. Our kids use this as well. We know if they're going to be ingesting a food, kids do this a little more often than I would like to admit, a food that is difficult for them to break down. We have often added it to something, we've broken it apart and we've added it to something that they're going to eat, their yogurt or their applesauce or something along those lines, something where you can get them to consume it. It's difficult for them to swallow in its capsule form, which is the way we as adults would take it, but you can certainly break it apart and have them experience the benefits. You guys saw with the oatmeal demonstration how well it works broken apart as well, or swirl it in a drink, in a smoothie, whatever works best for you and for your family. So I hope this tip was super helpful, because there aren't a lot of products out there that can claim to work as effectively as Terrazyme does in doTERRA. And as I mentioned before, it's easy, it's affordable, and it's accessible. So in my opinion, it is one of the key solutions to supporting your digestive system. Now, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me on these health blasts. And if you're curious about more of these will be happening every Wednesday and every Friday at noon hour. Hopefully catch a few of you on your lunch break. If you're curious about how you can always know about them, I would invite you to check out my website, which is www.leotree.com/events. You will see all of the classes I host actually, but you'll see health blasts in there too. Click that link and all of the dates as well as the topics will be listed there, so you can tune in anytime. And if you haven't already subscribed to my monthly newsletter, I invite you to go ahead and do that while you're on the website as well. So thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope you have a great day. Have a great Father's Day weekend. Enjoy whatever food is placed in front of you, and make sure you take your Terrazyme. Thanks, everyone.